Dance Sport.
Scalora Dance Sport.
The Scalora Dance Sport.
Scalora Dance Sport.
Of Scalora Dance Sport.
Scalora Dance. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Scalora Dance Sport. My name is Alessandro Scalora, and I'm extremely happy to be back with you guys. The last episode we put out here on Scalora Dance Sport were with the multiple times world champions from Italy, Luigi La Rocca and Marica Scerva. Today, I am more than happy to bring another pair of world champions. But for the very first time on Scalora Dance Sport, we have a world championship couple that represents the United States. Ladies and gentlemen, we have an American world championship couple with us today. I'm extremely happy, extremely proud to to bring this caliber of dancers here on Scalora Dance Sport. The red, white, and blue will forever hold a special place in my heart. Without further ado, let's go right into our biography on these dancers. Ladies and gentlemen, yes, we are talking about Anatoliy Shvarts and Tatiana Keegan. Anatoliy and Tatiana are a highly accomplished American dance sport couple known for dominating the senior Latin category in the United States and international competitions. Anatoliy Shvarts began dancing in Moldova, where he was the national youth champion. After moving to the United States, he partnered with Renata Goldberg, achieving third place in the United States National Amateur Latin Championships. He retired in 2001, returned in 2019 as an amateur with Tatiana, and quickly secured national and international titles, such as third in the World Championship in 2019 within the World Dance Sport Council. Let's talk about Tatiana. Tatiana Keegan held the title of Russian Amateur National Champion in 10 dances before immigrating to the United States. She won major titles like the Ohio Star Ball and U.S. Ballroom Championship with Tony Davolani. After a 7-year break to start a family, she returned to the World Professional Latin Finals in Germany. In 2019, she became an amateur again and teamed up with Anatoly, winning national champions and placing third in the world in 2019. Anatoliy Shvarts and Tatiana Keegan are celebrated figures in the senior Latin dance sport arena, blending extraordinary skills with sustained success. From winning national and regional titles to conquering the world stage, their partnership reflects passion, dedication, and excellence. From Moldova and Russia to becoming icons in the American Dance Sport Federation. Ladies and gentlemen, let's put our hands together for these two athletes, Anatoliy Shvarts and Tatiana Keegan.
Woo!
Hello.
Wow,
How are you guys?
Who are those people?
What an intro. Thank you.
Who are they? That's such a good question. Thank you guys for joining me today on Scalora Dance Sport. It's a great pleasure to have you guys. Tell me, how are you doing today?
Doing good. The weather is nice in Brooklyn.
The
Sunny.
weather is nice. You know, I was just about to ask because my first question in all my interviews is, how's the weather?
See, it's beautiful actually. Not too hot, sunny.
I'm gonna go jump in the pool. In my
Jump in
new
the
apartment building, I have a swimming pool on the rooftop, and the water is heated. So right after that interview, I'm jumping in that pool.
And I think I'm going to jump in my plane and catch a flight to that pool because that sounds like an afternoon, a splendid
Please
afternoon.
come. Please come. It's heated. We have lifeguards. It's rooftop.
Fantastic.
Suntan.
Alrighty, let's get right into it. Let's talk about the 2025 WDSF Senior 3 Latin World Championship. Ladies and gentlemen, spoiler, they won. So we've got the world champions here with us. This world championship was located in Vienna, Austria. First and foremost, did you like Austria? What was your experience in Vienna?
You want to start? I think we loved it.
Yeah.
It was my first time, in Vienna. I think probably not
I've
yours.
been there like 3 times already because I used to dance for Austria. So I had my partner. So I would go to Austria a lot. Well, what really struck me was there were not that many people on the streets. I was like, where are all the people? And it wasn't weekend, right? Was it weekend? It wasn't weekend. It was during the week. And you would think people going to work. There was almost no people. The streets are extremely clean. The buildings are beautiful, old architecture, and a lot of museums. That's where most people are, and looks like tourists. We were dancing in the city hall, which is beautiful, huge building, which had 101 stairs inside. So every time we had to go to dance, we had to take 101 stairs. Somebody counts.
Is this how you did the warm up for the World Championship? The
Well,
preparation?
yeah. And then do
I
6
see.
rounds. And then after when we finished competition, next day somebody told us, "Oh, guys, look, there's an elevator right there." And we didn't know
Well,
we're taking stairs.
As true athletes and gladiators that you guys are, you took the stairs.
Of course.
Even on the way out, took the stairs.
There you go. That's what we like to hear. So talking about preparation and warming up, talk to me a little bit about the preparation for this World Championship. How did you prepare both physically and mentally? Tell me about this.
Well, we definitely prepared more than usually because we were going there hoping to win. And I would say normally, I mean, we meet 3 times a week, dance about an hour and a half each time, and that stayed. But we did enhance on how many rounds we do, like closer to the competition. We did a few rounds sessions to make sure that our stamina is there, because unlike even last year when we danced senior 2, this was even a bigger event. So it was supposed to be 7 rounds. It was 6 ultimately, but that's something that we're not very used to competing in the US. In the US, maybe 2 rounds, maybe semifinal, final. Sometimes it's a straight final. So we knew that would be challenging. So we definitely tried to prepare for that part, making sure we pace ourselves out and kind of, be ready to do that final, which ultimately is the most important round.
Right. So tell me a little bit about because last year in 2024, you guys became the Senior 2 WDSF Latin Vice World Champions. Tell me a little bit about the differences in these 2 World Championships in relation to the preparation.
Was there any difference in how we prepared? I think anytime
as strong gladiators, we prepare for everything in a strong.
Yeah, I think every time we go to Europe, and we don't do that often, but at least once, twice a year we go to Europe.
Twice a year we do.
Yeah.
Twice a year now.
It's very different preparation, and we really take it very seriously, those trips. Do you want to add
Well, last year the difference was I was very sick. I had a herniated disc in between 6 and 7 vertebrae, so I was in excruciating pain. And we didn't dance much, we didn't practice much, we didn't do rounds because I physically couldn't. I spent all this time either in bed or going to the doctors and trying to see how I can deal with the pain, because pain was unbearable. So we got second. I'm surprised, but we didn't practice a lot, but we still had to. So, but now this time, thank God for the food. Nothing. I mean, it's always something hurting, but nothing was that bad. So we did do a lot of rounds besides our own practice. Yeah, and the rounds we would do like Friday night between 8 and 10 at night, and then on Sunday, right after day after Saturday, it would be early in the morning at 9 o'clock till 11. So we did all different times of the day in case, no matter where we are in the world, our bodies know how to deal with the different times of the day and night.
Right, with the jet lag, it can be quite heavy, the situation.
Well,
now, you mentioned previously that you went to this World Championships with the hopes and the intentions of winning it. Tell me a little bit about the expectations that you had while you were also preparing, because as the sitting and current Vice World Champions within the Senior 2, heading into the Senior 3, tell me a little bit about this transition.
Well, I didn't have expectations. I just was hoping to get into the finals. That's to me the most important always. If you get to the finals, that's a good sign. Afterwards, it's not up to you. It's really not up to us what place we get, because how many times we heard it? Oh, yeah, you got it. You're gonna be there.
You're gonna do it, my friend.
You're gonna
Don't
be
worry
there.
About it.
Yeah, you're gonna be with a trophy. I'm like, no. It's very, those results are very unexpected. You don't know what's gonna happen. So that's why, to me, the most important, go all the way to the finals. And after that, of course, you have to stay strong and just still feel that you're winner in your head. But results, it's not up to us. That's why when we're already standing on the when we're waiting for results, I told him right away, honey, don't get upset. Whatever happens, we
Whatever
are
happens,
okay.
happens.
Because we know we danced good. I mean, we screwed up something in the final in Rumba, and I was very upset with me.
Shh. This part we don't say. Shh. The coach stays in private.
But that's why I was like, oh, that's little trips like this always gives the chance for judges to say, oh, well, you see, that's why I said to him right away, whatever happens, we are okay because we did good, but it's not up to us.
But it is kind of hard not to kind of be expecting something, as you said, being vice champions in senior 2 and moving to senior 3. So in a way, we were kind of like one of the older couples in senior 2. Now we're one of the younger couples in senior 3. So you're thinking, all right, if this is not the year, then what's the year to do this? And so it's hard to kind of not think about it. And as Tatiana said, like you show up and then people come to you and be like, all right, this is your year, you're gonna win, right? Like people that we've seen last year in Europe somewhere, and they would come in like, this is yours, right? And it's even before the competition starts. So that actually adds a little bit of kind of like...
A little bit of pressure.
A little bit of pressure because there's some expectations even from your friends in different countries to say, this is the year for you guys, right? So...
that's how he goes. Yeah. I don't.
But
It's
important to kind of like take those thoughts away.
Of course.
You cannot. No, you cannot. It throws you off. You cannot think about results ever, ever, ever.
That's right. We'll get into this in just a second. Now, let's take a second and admire the podium quickly. Tell me a little bit about the look of your guys, the outfits. I am loving the red shoes, Tatiana. I'm loving the dress. Anatoliy, the shirt, I can appreciate black, traditional, very classy. Tell me about the look, guys.
Well, okay, so other previous rounds, I had different dress. It was red, like big sequence red dress, which I sold right at the competition.
Immediately.
I was sitting there, between rounds, and this woman was dancing with us, and she comes to me, she goes, I want that dress. I said, you got it. She goes, really? I said, yeah, just wait for me to finish. I'll give it to you. She goes, well, I don't know. I was like, hey, it's going back to America then. Either you get it or you don't. So she waited all the way to the final and I sold it to her. However, we were planning to change outfits for the finals. And this particular dress, actually, should I say it?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So his daughter, she was visiting visiting from college, and she went to
like a thrift store.
Thrift shop, right? Thrift store. And then she calls and goes, Dad, I see the dress here, all sparkles. Should I buy it for competitions? And he goes, what kind of dress can you find in second hand?
Send me a photo.
Send me a photo. So she sends him a photo of this dress. He goes, oh,
it's beautiful.
He calls me, he goes, are you at home? And I'm in pain with my herniated disc. And I was like, yeah, why? He goes, we are coming. We're bringing you a dress my daughter just saw for $12.50. I said, oh, what kind of dress? Same thing, right? They walk in and I see the dress and I was like, what? It's all stones by some Italian designer. Italian, right?
I think it was Italian.
Italian designer. Yeah, Tuduc, by the way. And so I put it on, and we didn't change anything. It just went right on me like it was made for me. All we did just added that flower with the feathers. So Renata went to our woman who does our dresses and she asked her where to put it, and they did it together. And that's it. That was it. And the shoes, this is our sponsors, Freed of London. And they always send me shoes, but they're always beige. And I was like, okay, we get sponsored for already like 4 or 5 years, and it's always beige. I'm like, I'm tired of the same color. Maybe I should ask for different colors. So I said, can you make me a red color? They were, yeah, sure. They send it to me. And then we find this dress, and we have that. Turunka, tunka, tunka. We put it together.
Perfect.
We have outfit.
That is thrifting at its finest.
Yeah, lucky coincidence, right?
Now, I have to ask you if this is classified information. So now, you sold the dress, correct?
Yeah.
Not
I have to know it.
not the one in the final.
Okay, because I was gonna ask if you bought it at the thrifting. How did you sell it?
You're supposed to do half. So if you bought for 12, then you have to sell for what, $6?
But the value of the dress now has risen because that dress won the World Championship.
I'm not selling.
Yeah.
That's right. Don't sell.
No,
It's too special.
no, never. Well, never say never. But right now, I might change design with Renata, who is my designer. She decides what we're gonna do with this. But oh no, I'm holding on.
I see. Well, we'd like to give a shout out to Miss Renata. A huge shout out and hello.
The shirt. I actually not my best shirt. I would probably agree with you. It is classy looking and it matched the old stone dress, but going back to short sleeves now, I feel much more comfortable with short sleeve shirts. So you'll see me next time likely in a short sleeves shirt.
There we go. Because I recall my two favorite shirts on you was the one with the short sleeve because it made you look like a macho man, and the second one was the one you wore last year at the World Championship with the white leaf. That one I liked a lot. That one was
yeah. We gave it away. She gave it to somebody.
I gave it a gift, to a young dancer.
Nice. That's nice. All right, let's go ahead and continue. Let's talk about another important, crucial, vital aspect of being an athlete, of being a gladiator. Talk to me the morning of the World Championship. What did you eat for breakfast, and what did you guys have for lunch?
We ate at the hotel, right?
Breakfast.
Right. That day. Yeah, so we ate breakfast at the hotel.
Mm-hmm. Eggs, always eggs.
Always eggs, that's true.
Fruit. Piece of toast, 2 pieces of toast. Usually I do tea. I drink tea. He drinks coffee.
Yeah. Coffee is a must for me every day, every morning.
Of course.
So I think generally I would say the morning of the competition, I would say the day of the competition, I kind of go very quiet. So I changed my everything a little bit. So that's why like the breakfast wasn't that memorable to me because I kind of go in a little bit. And I'm just kind of thinking, focusing, and even the breakfast was very quiet breakfast. Like
we don't talk much.
Simple.
We don't talk much. We
don't rehash things. We don't go, okay, let's do this, let's do that. We're in the mode and like already towards thinking about the competition.
Mm-hmm. I see. That's interesting because one thing as an American athlete, and I'm always used to American things. So for me, at breakfast, I need to have sausage. I need to have eggs. I need to have hash. I need to have the typical American breakfast for me to feel at my best. And then an hour before I compete, a banana. Every time that I go to a comp in Europe and I don't have these things, hash browns, sausage, patties, and I'm stuck with like that piece of ham with, oh my goodness, guys, I can't do it. How do you guys balance this? Do you like American breakfasts?
But it's not American. I think it's more British, right? Isn't it?
Is it British? I'm not sure. I'm just used to all the American stuff.
Yeah, usually that's how I started when I went to Blackwell for the first time. And that was hash brownie, eggs, and beans. I was like, beans in the morning? But that's protein.
No beans before the competition.
No beans.
When I hold her, I don't want any beans in my stomach before that.
For myself.
So the beans is an interesting thing. One of my colleagues, the world 10 dance world champion Anton Belyayev from Canada, he once told me, Alessandro, because you're a 10 dancer, you have to dance standard. And with the frock, if you dance the beans and you pass gas, it shows with the frock because it flies like this.
The frock.
So he said, no beans.
But bananas is important. I mean, I think for me, if I have coffee and I have bananas, I don't have to eat anything else through the day.
Ugh. What awful. Don't listen to
the competition. Of the competition.
No. I told him when we started dancing, the very first competition we did in 2019, he shows up it was right in here, New York Dance Festival. Yeah. He comes in, it was like 2:00 in the afternoon, and he goes, I'm going to go get some coffee because I didn't have a breakfast yet. And then he goes to get coffee and a cookie. I said, what? It has to change. The day of the competition, you have a good breakfast, eggs, toast, fruit, not cookies. Cookies is no. So that's why he's trying to get better. He listens to me sometimes.
So we do get granola bars and like power.
Well, but that's already during the
that's during the
That's
not
different.
morning.
Yeah.
I see. For me, for breakfast, yes, I need to have my. But during the competition, for me also, a banana is extremely important. I like it. It gives me that boost. Pow! I like it. All right, let's talk quickly about the preliminary rounds at this World Championship. Tell me a little bit about what was going through your minds during the first, the second, the third round. Were there any mishaps, or was it all smooth sailing?
Oh, that was one big one. I think it was the second round or third, samba. They played this Brazilian samba, and I don't hear one. I couldn't hear one. Everybody's already dancing, and I'm still standing. I'm like, and I keep shaking my head. We started from the middle. Sometimes what we do, we dance everything from the beginning, and then about second or third round, we do from the middle of the routine, and so it doesn't become too repetitive. So we're supposed to go into promenade runs, and I don't hear one. He's going, and I'm like, no, I don't hear. And music keeps going, and I don't hear.
But the music was a little hard to hear also because.
But everybody was okay.
How the facility is. It was a little bit kind of, you almost hear echoes sometime, and it was a Brazilian type of a song, so beat. So it was not easy to catch. But I mean, we got it, like we caught it. But yeah, it was a little bit of a delay. But I think the funny thing kind of started happening even before that round, which I think was a quarter. I think the very first thing was that Tatiana finished her hair literally 10 minutes before we have to go and dance. That was like the first thing, because the appointment was pretty late, and they didn't expect it was going to take this long, because pretty long hair and a lot of like things had to be done. So we didn't have a chance to feel the floor. And those floors are not, your kind of WDSF floors when they put things on, like with the floors. This is natural, their own wood floors.
City Hall. It's just City Hall.
That's probably been there for hundreds of years. So, and I think the first thing you come out, right, and there was this thing, and the first step you make, you just slip right away. Very first step in samba. The first step on that floor was a slip. And then we were like, all right, we need to do something because it's way too slippery, especially around the center. It was kind of on the edges. It was very slippery.
I see.
So that was a big hiccup. But the thing is, back to that samba. We just started. He already started. Like, I still don't hear. I don't hear. Finally, he started, and we couldn't get it. We were like, that was bad. He does something, I do something else, and we are not together. It was so freaky.
That was unexpected.
Oh my goodness.
But okay, we got over it. We were probably like 15 seconds of a little confusion.
Yeah, a lot.
Okay. So you were able to recuperate immediately.
Oh, yeah.
That's good. Well, let's quickly go back to this music thing. That's why I'd like to give this shout out to all the WDSF DJs that Ross Mitchell is not a bad thing to play, Blackpool music, all this good stuff. Or if you want to play music not like this, play natural music of Latin. Baila conmigo, ba 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 ba. Not this DJ remake, modern discoteca. Okay?
It wasn't though. It wasn't. So
it was?
Usually, no, it wasn't. But that particular, it's a Brazilian song. Brazilian. It's more like
jazzy kind of a samba. So it had a little bit. The strong beats were not easy to kind of.
Yeah.
So yeah, and also again, I think the facility itself, the music got a little bit lost sometimes.
The waves.
Because of the very high ceilings and kind of old acoustics.
Well, first of all, it was very low. Like when they started playing, the music was so low, we could hear ourselves breathing. That's not good. If you hear yourself breathing, the music is too low. So they picked it up eventually a little bit. Music choice was not good.
Not good.
Not good. That's the first time WDSF music. I hope I'm not going to be in trouble after this interview.
Well, here's how I can sub you guys. If you want the best WDSF DJ, go ahead and shout out to Maddie Maravkarov, who is officially licensed as a WDSF DJ. She's 8-time American champion and World Championship finalist.
She did Mac, and that's the music sometimes we.
Yeah. No, but you know, this is our fifth, sixth competition at WDSF. Music always phenomenal. This time, falling asleep.
It's because they didn't have Maddie there. If Maddie was there, it would have been
yes. Whoever was playing was terrible. It was just like very old. I mean, look, old. It doesn't mean bad. It's just like it was not interesting music.
It didn't fire you. It didn't give you.
No. So you just have to find your own fire within yourself. You know.
Which is an excellent transition into my next question, because all of your fans who have seen you dancing have seen that your interpretation and your dancing and your ability to interact with the audience is at top notch. So I'd like to invite our fans and followers to quickly watch this final of the World Championship.
These are the 6 best goals in the WDSF World Championship Senior 3 Latin. Please, how about the goal?
This was the final samba in the WDSF 2025 Senior 3 Latin World Championship. So tell me a little bit, after 5 rounds in one day.
No, after 5. This is
Tell me about the game plan for the final. What was the strategy?
But it was actually approaching midnight at that point. Whatever strategy we had.
Wow.
Yeah, it was approaching midnight, and we started around 11, 12. So it was through the whole day, all those 6 rounds ultimately happened. So the strategy was to come out almost like anew, as if nothing happened before. Like you come out as if you're dancing the first time. Easier said than done, because you know the body's still, the feet, you know, it takes its toll. But the idea was, again, we come out, we dance for the audience. We always dance for the audience. That's one of the things we do. From the round.
Well, we don't. I don't dance for the audience.
Well, I do.
I don't come out and go, look at me, all like me. No. I just interact, because if he's in front of me, I dance with my partner always.
Right.
But if I turn away and suddenly there's somebody in front of me, all right, I'll dance with you, but I don't go for that. This is not my. It's not my priority.
I see.
But I connect with people because they're right in front of me.
Of course, you've got to catch the feeling.
Yeah.
Well, yes, for Tatiana, for me, I still gonna say I dance for the audience, and the reason is we go to Europe very infrequently, right? Once, twice a year, always different city, always different country ends up being. To me, and then all those couples that we compete against, they have competitions every couple of weeks, and they travel these same competitions. As you know, couples in Europe, they always, so people know them. People probably now know us, but more like from the Tatiana's Facebook page or YouTube feed.
Right.
So to me, it's actually important that we get recognized right away by the audience, because that's the support we need throughout the competition, and then in the end, ultimately, we want to be that couple that people would get up and clap for when the final comes. And even those who didn't know us from the round one, by the time of the final, we are their favorite. So I do always make it a goal also to connect with people I danced in front, so that they become our biggest supporter when we need that, which is in the final.
I didn't
So
know.
these words of wisdom, I think Tatiana over here does not agree so much.
To me, this is not my priority. Never was a goal. I don't go there to win people. I actually go and just, to me, I just interpret the music. I listen to the music, and because I love it so much, and I just dance, and people see it, and that's how they connect to me. I don't purposely try to win them over.
I see. I understand actually a little bit of both sides, because I can see that you hear this music inside you, and this naturally comes out. It's not something forced.
And then they want to be part of that. That's it.
Because a lot of Latin dancers tend to exaggerate, and it's not authentic what they're trying to show to the audience.
Right.
So it's nice that from you, it's all natural and nothing is forced. As for Anatoly, though, I also get his point, because one of the reasons that I dance is, first of all, everyone who knows me knows that I hate competitions, and I don't dance to be better than this person, that person. That's why it's actually a bit strange when people say, but you're like athlete and you're like that. I love to dance because I love to get charged up from the energy that I receive from the audience. If I'm dancing and I see you, and this reaction is because you see me dancing, I get gassed up even more. So I fully understand what Anatoly is saying. It makes me even dance a lot better. So,
and also depending on the setting where the competition is. Sometimes when it's in a big arena, it's hard to do that, because you kind of look up and you see a lot of people sitting high up. This was an event where people were sitting literally at the edge. So I do like to find almost eye contact with the person I dance in front, and actually see their reaction change throughout, and make sure that I do grasp that attention throughout. So of the dance, so they don't go like wandering somewhere their eyes. So
but wait, here's the question. But is it your goal to? It's like, are you looking for approval from this people?
I'm looking to move them and surprise them with something that maybe they haven't seen before.
Make them feel something. Make them feel the Latino fuego.
I don't need approvals from them. I do need them to get moved by whatever we do.
But I cannot. You cannot need, because people. How can you? You say you.
No, I don't get disappointed if they change.
I think
start looking at some other couples.
Up to people how they react. I think when you are looking for something to move them, that's when it never happens. I think you just have to be. You have to be when you
happen naturally.
Yeah, you just be, and you dance, and your music is so cool, and you're with your partner, and then boom, you turn around, people are there, and you still dance, but
and then it's still
like, love me. No, that doesn't work.
Possibly the approval he's searching for. As long as Renata's happy, he's happy. I think that's how it works.
Okay.
I don't know, but I think in the end,
but the thing is, if she's in the audience and if she sits there and she smiles, I'm like, okay, I'm doing something right. But a couple times with the competitions and she's sitting, I'm like, oh, what am I doing wrong? And next time I would go and I was like, did I? And she goes, no, I'm just sitting there. I'm not smiling. I don't have to always smile. But to me, this is a approval I'm looking for, but I shouldn't.
And I have to say, I remember, because dancing Manesh, I remember Renata's judging face. And it's very... and it's so intimidating. So I can't even imagine if she's just sitting there watching you, and she's watching you, and you're just running 3 million thoughts in your head. She's like, you don't like? Man, can I have an opinion? But at least you won the World Championship. Hopefully she was happy, so you're happy.
She was there too with the flag and teammates from USA support.
Yeah, happy wife, happy life.
Big American family. All right, let's talk about the grand moment. Let's talk about that moment between you and the silver medalist. The MC is just about to announce the silver medalist. You guys are about to understand that you just won the World Championship. Tell me about that moment right there. Walk me through it.
Want to start? Not yet.
It was it's hard to believe. It was surreal. Yes, so many things go through your mind, like you're on the top of the Everest, and I was like, really, 40 years of doing this, getting there, and you finally got it. Whoa, I can die happily now. I'm done.
That's right.
I got my new apartment. I became world champion, and my daughter is going to college. What else would you wish for?
It's perfect.
No, I started crying. I couldn't stop crying. Because when they announced the third place, so it was in between us and Finnish couple and Austrian couple. So when they got third place, Austrian couple was very disappointed. I think they were expecting a little bit more. But the Finnish couple, the Finnish girls, start crying right away. Oh my God! So, and then when they announced them second, they were happy. And then they announced us, then I started crying. So we both standing crying.
After all the years of hard work, it paid off in those few seconds as they announced your names.
Yeah. What did you feel?
I'm generally not a crier, but I'll say
Strong Moldovan man.
exactly, like Moldovan men don't cry. No,
Yeah.
but what I'm gonna say is, I think probably every dancer, and Alessandra, you probably too. You kind of like since you start, you always think, all right, like at some point, I want to be on that podium. I want to be standing. I want to hear my country's anthem playing.
That's right.
I want to see the flag. And how would that feel? Like you're always kind of imagining it. So I wouldn't lie that I wasn't imagining this moment, because also dancing with Tatiana for the last several years and being close. First we were like I think off the podium, then we got to the podium, being third, being second in Germany. So it was kind of like, all right, this is gonna happen, right? So you always, I mean, at least I'm always thinking it might happen. How would I feel at that point? So you almost like picture it to yourself. When it happens, however, it goes so fast. It's like
in the blink of an eye, done.
Blink of an eye, and you kind of like, oh, it happened. You can kind of like acknowledge it. You smile. You definitely happy standing and listening to American anthem. That was a beautiful moment, and that's it. And then once it's done, it's done. It's kind of like
right now it's a lot of pressure. Shit! Now I have to practice even more.
You have to do double work.
Oh my God! Yes, it is a pressure. Expectations. I hate this word, expectations. I just have to do exactly what I did before. Nothing to change.
That's right. Not to add any pressure, but between the different interviewees I've brought here to Scalora Dance Sport, they all had the same response when I asked them what was harder, becoming world champion or maintaining the world championship status, and they all said maintaining world championship status.
Of course.
So now you have to do double the work.
Yeah, not a problem. We are doing.
Давай, strong Russian paradise.
Давай, more.
Vamos. So now that you've won the world championship, what competition can we see you compete at?
Portugal, senior 2.
Portugal,
right,
the senior 2.
Another world championship.
Another world.
But that's the one where we are like oldest in the category. So that's where we were second last year. We'll do our best to place high. I mean, to dance well, and then how we'll place. But that's in Portugal. But 2 weeks before Portugal, you'll see us, if you are in Newark, New Jersey, which is very close to New York, you'll see us at a competition called Excelsior Cup, I think, organized by Vladimir Karpov. That's going to be our kind of preparation for the World Championship. So that is going to be where we'll dance next.
I see. Let's give a big shout out to Mr. Vladimir Karpov, who will be hosting the WDSF Amateur Latin Showdance World Championship at the Excelsior Cup in Newark, New Jersey, in September. If I remember correctly, it will be September 12th and 13th. So shout out to Mr. Vladimir Karpov. So, ladies and gentlemen, this was our interview with the World Champions 2025 Senior 3 Latin Division with Anatoliy Shvarts and Tatiana Keegan. Athletes, gladiators, it has been a pleasure having you with us here on Scalora Dance Sport. Thank you. And I hope to see you very soon, either on European soil or American soil.
Hope to see you soon in person as well.
Thank
Right.
you, thank you, thank you.
Scalora Dance Sport.
Scalora Dance Sport.
The Scalora Dance Sport.
Scalora Dance Sport.
Of Scalora Dance Sport.
Scalora Dance